Hi everyone, in this video we're going to talk about parallel lines and transversals and the angle pairs. So in numbers 1 through 10 we have parallel lines. You can assume that they're parallel. Sometimes parallel lines will have extra arrows on them to indicate that they are parallel. And then the line that goes through them, in this case I drew a diagonal line, that's called the transversal. Transversal is a line that goes through those parallel lines. So whether or not the lines are parallel, we'll have these two angles, x and y, and those are called corresponding. They're in the same position, they're both above their respective line, and they're both on the right of the transversal. They're in corresponding positions, so we call them corresponding angles. Because the lines are parallel, we can say that angle x is congruent to angle y, and that's because if you were to translate x to y or y to x, those angles would sit right on top of each other. Number 2, we've got parallel lines. We can assume they're parallel. The diagonal is the transversal. If I have x here and y here, these are called alternate interior. Now, alternate interior, x is on the left, y is on the right, x is below its respective line, and y is above. So they're alternating over the transversal, and they're on the interior, the inside of those parallel lines. And angle x is congruent to angle y here, either by a rotation or a reflection in a translation. Another pair of parallel lines, we can have same side, also known as consecutive interior. Consecutive interior are not congruent. In this case, angle x and angle y are supplementary. And I'm going to write supple for short. X and y are supplementary, meaning the measures of angle x and y would add up to 180 degrees. Number 4, we can also have consecutive exterior. They're on the outside of those two lines, and they are on the same side. Those would also be supplementary. And same, we'll do another exterior. Here I have x and y. Those are alternating. They're alternate exterior. These will also be congruent. Okay, number 6. If we have x and y like that, we don't really have any information about this bottom line, meaning not that we don't care about it, but x and y are vertical here. And vertical angles are congruent. X and y are vertical. Vertical angles are created by two intersecting lines. We don't need that third line on the bottom there. But you might still see a picture where you've got parallel lines and a transversal and you have some vertical angles, or you're asked about that angle relationship. They don't necessarily need to be angles that are created by three lines. Number 7 through 10, I'm going to do something slightly different. So okay, so pause the video here and try to figure out if you know the angle relationship or not for these. Okay, assuming that you paused the video and tried these out, A and B here are alternate exterior. And I didn't ask you to do this, but angles A and B are going to be congruent. C and D are alternate interior. They will be congruent. E and F are consecutive interior. They will be supplementary. And G and H are corresponding. And those will be congruent.